Hello, I am Sifu Matt Lovio, and I'm here to demonstrate to you on my Chinese martial arts series on the art of Xingyi, the 7th video. With this video, I will be demonstrating and performing and teaching the third elemental fist technique, the element known as wood, also known as the crushing fist. Again, I will be demonstrating and performing the form and also technique, and going through the nuances and details of the technique so you can learn it better. Which, by the way, the wood element slash crushing fist is one of my personal favorites. With further on videos, I will show you the health beneficial aspects, the meditative salubrious aspect of this technique as well. I hope you enjoy. And there you have it. That is the wood element slash crushing form, the third elemental fist. I'm sorry, excuse me, crushing fist, the third elemental fist technique of the basic 5 elemental fist of Xingyi. Now I'm going to go through it with you on how to perform this form or technique slash properly. Now again, I won't be going through the usual pomp and circumstance of the traditional of Ping Tian Bo, or rather the metal element slash splitting fist. Let's just go. We'll be able to cheat as usual and start right here from the splitting fist pot, or rather Ping Tian Bo or metal element stance. And from here, if you can see closely, what I do is I take a slight step forward with my left foot, since my left arm is forward. Take a step forward, and then from here, parry down, and I retract back my fist here to the traditional side. Now, mind you, some Xingyi practitioners, like one of my teachers, James McNeil, he had a very strange habit. Instead of performing the traditional type of punching techniques you see in Kung Fu, which is also indicative of Korean Taekwondo or even Japanese karate, when you punch, usually you bring the fist back. And notice rather, when the fist is brought back to the hip, or as one of my teachers in Kung Fu, CA or Grandmaster Peter Chima of Shuai Jiao fame, he always likes to call this, like whenever the fist would be brought back here to the side of the hip here, he would call this bringing it back to the pocket, as if there's pockets there on the side. I just say like right there by the hip. Call it what you will. And from here, we bring the fist back. I always do this habit of keeping it like this, like you'll see in other Kung Fu systems. If you want to keep it like this, that's all fine and dandy. Usually, some people say like this is really not really too important or intricate. I think it is, because these little tiny details can mean so much in the end. So again, we start off from here, parry down, and punch. And then from here, from this arm, I'm going to make a slight parry, and once again, repeat. And I'm going to turn always on my right side. Now notice when I turn to my right side, I'm going to look, but also I'm going to take a step back with my right leg. And also from here, my arms are going to come down. Now, I have two choices. Some Xingyi practitioners, they'll do like this, like a hammer fist, where the fist come down like this, right around like in front of the belly there. Or you can do what one of my teachers, Grandmaster James McNeil, what he would do is he would take the arms down and do this type of thing where the fists are brought back in front of the stomach like this, where the fists are rolled like this, where the hammer fist side faces your body, in this case your stomach. I like to do this where the arms come down, with the hammer fist face down to the ground. You choose to decide what you feel comfortable with. Again, turn to the right, take a slight step, arms roll, and then from here I'm going to do a quick, unusual type of punch, where very similar like to the middle element stance, also like the splitting fist technique, the part of the form where it come up like this, and the arms come out like that, punch out. And at the same time, I'll be performing a kick, a front kick. The kick is primarily targeted towards your opponent's knees, their legs. Step back, punch and kick at the same time, and then lower myself down to the ground. Notice when I do this, when I do the technique and I come around, I don't foolishly do this where I do the punch and the kick and then fall down into it. there's no stance, no coordination, no balance, no power. You don't want to do that. You don't want to fall into the technique. If you're falling, you have no balance, no coordination, hence no power. You don't want that. Shingi, we need a quiet power. We need a focused, disciplined, concentrated power where we do the technique, come around, we maintain our balance, punch out, and then lower. And then from there, repeating the rest of the form. But please note, I want to go over the details of the footwork. Please forgive me, I had to back up so you can possibly see better. Again, I apologize, but unfortunately, due to the camera angulation and setup, I cannot move it around because unfortunately it's very difficult to get it back into perfect place again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up, so hopefully you'll be able to see for yourself of just how my feet are, how is the footwork performed within the form, so you can get a better inkling and idea. For starters, when I perform the form, my legs are not spread, but rather they come close together, not touching, but close together. So you can see the unique aspect of the crushing fist / wood element. And also you'll notice the knees are bent. They're not straightened. The knees are slightly bent, not too much. You want to bend too much, just slightly bend them, so you can lower yourself and sink the chi for more power into the punching technique. Please observe. If you could see from this distance, hopefully, bending down, my legs are together. They are not out here, but when I perform the technique, the legs are together. And then I'll finish up the rest of the form where we last left off. Coming here, punch out, lower, turn, roll, punch, kick out, punch, and finishing the form. One last detail too, I also want to go over with you very carefully is the kick itself. Again, to mention, just to reiterate, primarily this particular kick is designed to take out your opponent. It's not designed like, for a quick point within any karate or kung fu tournament to earn a point to win a tournament. It's designed for self-defense on the street, for the street, in realistic self-defense. So therefore, we're not playing around games here, because Shingi, although it's a very, very helpful, very beneficial art to anyone who practices it, it could also be dangerous too. So you have like with any and all martial arts, you must have discipline and control. And also, it's not just of the how, but especially the why you do the technique, and most importantly, what it's for, where do you perform the technique, and last but not least, when you should and when you shouldn't. So I'm going to go over the kick with you very quickly. If you could see from this distance, the kick is not performed in a straight manner, but rather the foot is turned inward, and I'm kicking. As if it's, if you will, kind of like almost like a stomping kick. It's not a traditional kick where the foot is up, but rather the kick is performed where the toe is outward, kind of slightly like that. And I'm targeting the opponent's area of the leg. And I raise up the leg and then step downward, as if I'm about to walk on my opponent's leg, or their knee, if you will. You can imagine, and you can get an inkling of how powerful this kick is. Very simplistic, very easy. Your opponent wouldn't see it from a mile away. They may possibly think you're trying to kick to the groin, but in reality, you're aiming towards like the lower inner part of the thigh, or especially their kneecap. Very powerful, potent kick. Please be careful when performing this kick. In fact, I wouldn't even, when you perform it like with a training partner, if you ever practice on with this, please go very slow, not fast. Speed is a byproduct. That will come later on with confidence of your training and your technique. All right, that's about it. That's about it for the end of this video. Please leave any likes if you will, and also any and all comments. Again, like I say always at the end of all my videos, I don't just welcome positive, but especially negative. And I wish you the best of luck in your training, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and all you know.